Hey everybody, ChristopherOdd here. Welcome to my 1000th video on YouTube. Pretty crazy when you think about it. And I thought the only fitting way was to actually go back to where it all started and revisit Half-Life once again. I started this channel back in August of last year. It's been almost exactly a year. It's going to be coming up very soon. And I had a couple of goals for the first year of YouTube. One of the goals was to get 10,000 subscribers within my first year. I'm pretty much on track for that, and I'm very, very happy about it. Another goal was to just finish as many games as I could. Not in like a rushing sense, but one of the reasons I started my channel in the first place was actually just to help me finish more video games. Throughout my life, I've always sat down to play games when I had the extra time, but I would never finish them. Like I would spend hours and hours and hours playing games, but I would never finish, and it was just kind of, it was sad in a way. So I started this channel after I watched people play Civilization 5, which, of all things, it's very bizarre. I don't even spend a lot of time playing that game myself, but I really got into watching strategy about Civilization 5, and I was like, you know what, this whole like Let's Play thing, this could actually be pretty cool. And so I decided, like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go back and play a PC game that's very old, it's like, that people would be interested in seeing again from a first-timer's perspective. And I had never really been a PC gamer. I built this computer after I decided to get into making Let's Plays. I taught myself how to build this computer on YouTube. I had previously been a console gamer and decided, listen, I'm gonna get into this and I'm gonna go hard, and I've never looked back. This is probably the one thing in my life that I've really stuck to on a very consistent basis. I can't think of many times over the past year where, like, I can't think of many days over the past year where I haven't sat down at the computer to make a video or to create some type of content. And sure, there are those days when I've got a little bit of extra time because I've recorded in advance or whatever, and I'm just able to relax and play some games with friends. But I do owe a lot of what's happened over the past year to Mr. Freeman here. I've played through all of the Half-Life games. I've played through Blue Shift, Opposing Force, Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Episode 2, Black Mesa, some mods, and then the Portal series and all that stuff. So, I just want to say to you guys, like, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the support that you guys give. It really does mean a lot to me. Like, every time that you guys leave comments and participate in the discussion on the videos. I particularly love when we can do those Let's Discuss videos now. Those are such a super time. I love getting to know you guys, and believe it or not, I know by your usernames and by your avatars, I pretty much, I say I know about 90% of you guys that comment on a regular basis. And that's like the most important thing to me. The one thing I'll always tell people about my channel that I'm most proud of is the viewership and the ability for you guys to form coherent and interesting thoughts and not just fall into those typical YouTube comments that you see all the time. Look at that. G-Man. Oh my god. Look at that. That's insane. I think halfway through this series, I ended up starting to call them G-balls, and then people caught on. What's funny is people still go back to my Half-Life videos, and I see a comment every couple of days that shows up, and people are making fun of me saying that those aren't chickens, they're head crabs. And I guess you just kind of had to be there for this was my first experience when I put up that first series of Half-Life. This was like, I had no clue. I had never even heard of Half-Life before. Can you even believe that? Like, I have never seen any videos, no nothing. And I was just like, I'm gonna get into this, and I'm going to make this work. And I'm gonna have fun with it. And I did. So one thing I'll have to do here really quick because for that intro, I wanted to keep it as
to verify your identity.
less distracting as possible.
Before exiting the train, be sure to...
Oh yeah, she's done. So I just want to take a little bit of time running through here and seeing what all my old scientist buddies are up to.
Looks like you're running late.
Yeah, it does look like it. This is really... I don't know how to describe this to you guys, but this is very weird, me playing this right now. There's been a lot of debate, too. I see people discussing this all the time over at Reddit. You know, should I play the first Half-Life or should I play just the Black Mesa Source mod and all that stuff? Play this one. 100% play this one. You won't appreciate Black Mesa Source unless you play this one. And even further to that, I would actually say play through Half-Life 1, its 2 expansions, and then Half-Life 2, episodes 1 and 2, and then play Black Mesa Source, that mod. I owe actually a lot of my channel's growth to that specific video of how to install Black Mesa. It's funny. I still get questions on that video every day of like people having trouble installing it, and I try to reply to them. It's just, you know, it's overwhelming. There's a couple little secret things in this room that I remember.
Where did I get away from there, Freeman? I'm expecting an important message.
Okay, well,
Hey, Mr. Freeman,
jeez.
I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files.
Oh yeah.
Just one of those days, I guess. They were having some problems down in the test chamber, too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
There's so many of those like memorable lines, you know. Just one of those days, I guess. There's something under here too.
I must
My
remember.
God,
What are you doing?
Come on, Gordon. You trying to get me into trouble?
Yes. This feels so good. Alright, let's go check out my suit. So yeah, anyways, the Black Mesa install video. I'll tell you what, something funny.
Ah, it's good to see you.
I was probably one of the first people to start putting up videos for the Black Mesa Source mod that came out. And overnight, like I woke up in the morning and I had like 300, 400 emails. I can't remember, but I was like, something big is happening. And I was all excited. And it turned out that it was mostly just questions on how to install it. And it was just funny because, look, here's another G-Man sighting. This is probably the most up close and personal we see of him. What is that little logo on his briefcase? Is that just the Half-Life logo? It's kind of hard to see. It kind of is, but it also, I don't know. It kind of looks like the Conan O'Brien symbol from TBS as well. But yeah, so anyways, I was all excited and I was like, okay, well, everyone just wants to know how to install this thing. So instead of replying to every single comment...
Been able to get the beverage machine to work yet? I'm sure of it.
Well, I don't think I've ever heard that before. That's cool. Instead of replying to all the comments, I just decided I'm going to make a video of it. So I woke up like really early in the morning. It was like probably 8 a.m. Saw these comments. I was like, I'll just do this right now. And if you listen carefully in that install video, you'll notice that my voice sounds different because I was like, it was really early in the morning. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is someone gonna get pissed at me? I remember also when I first played through this, everybody pointed out, you have to go back to the microwave. So I did like this special episode where I would go back to this microwave.
This is all within theoretical limits.
Yeah. I'd go back to this microwave and blow this thing up just to kind of see what would happen. It was funny.
Excuse me, Gordon, but I'm rather busy now.
What the Alright. And he makes a comment about that, I think, in like Half-Life 2. There's a reference to ruining his casserole or something. From what I understand, all of these...
Odd. Why do we all have to wear these ridiculous ties?
From what I understand, all of these are developers that worked on the game, I think.
Yes, this all... Why do we all...
Anyways, let's rock the suit. Oh, yeah. Boom.
Welcome to the HEV Mark IV protective system.
And just listen to the...
In hazardous environment conditions.
I don't know when I started saying this thing,
Reactive armor activated.
but it just kind of stuck.
Contaminant sensors activated. Vital sign monitoring activated. Automatic medical systems engaged. Defensive weapon selection system activated. Munition
Jeez,
level
I didn't know how many things she was activating.
activated. Communications interface online. Have a very safe day.
Thanks. So what I was gonna say is, I might have started saying it in this series. I don't remember, but I started telling people set the vibe. So headphones on, volume up, lights out. There's just so much good music that happens, and this when this just kicked in, I was like,
Right on through, sir. Looks like you're in the barrel today.
it's so good, but it's so cheesy. It's just perfect.
I wonder if I should run that test again.
But for its time, that was probably revolutionary. What just happened there? Music and people talking and all sorts of stuff. Oh, yeah. One of the things that really sticks out on my mind of this game
Dr. Johnson, please call observation tent 1.
is when you go to that area in like the hills, like this picture right here. And when you step outside, it looks really huge, but the mountains in the back are just flat. It's just like, oh my god, it's so underwhelming, but it's also so cool at the same time. Oh, these pictures are just bringing back memories of what I'm about to experience in the next several hours. Oh, yeah, let's check this out. So yeah, and then people often ask me, you know, what did you enjoy more? Like Half-Life 1, 2, all that kind of stuff. Like, what's my favorite, right? And I would say, if I'm being totally honest, I would say probably Half-Life 2.
Greetings.
Because, I mean,
It's good to see you.
I think for most people, Half-Life 1 is about... It's about the nostalgia. Something that they played when they were younger, or from what a lot of people were telling me, this is one thing that really stuck out about my first series, is that people, they had experienced this game with a loved one, either their, you know, their father or their brother or this and that, and they always were telling me stories about going back and playing this game with their loved ones and how it just was super nostalgic and just brought back all those memories. So that was really cool to be a part of and really cool to hear about from a lot of people.
Thanks. Ah, Gordon, here you are. We just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We've boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of gamble, but we need the extra resolution.
The administrator is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis of today's sample. I gather they went to some lengths to get it.
They're waiting for you, Gordon. In the test chamber.
In the test chamber. I love this guy. It's like, it's a bit of a gamble, but, you know, we're gonna risk it. See, in this right here, this is where it all goes down. This is where it all starts.
It's about to go critical.
What the hell is going on with our equipment?
It wasn't meant to do this in the first place.
Now, I think in Black Mesa, the remake, or the mod, I should say, that these two scientists here, when this happens, it's actually the two scientists from Half-Life 2. And that's why I say to play Half-Life 2 before you play Black Mesa Source mod, because there's a lot of references in there that that I never understood. One of them, even if you would play it, I never understood, which was some dude with long hair who was like originally the model for Gordon Freeman that they were gonna go with, but he kind of looked like a dirty janitor. So, I don't know.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard
Access
analysis
denied.
procedures today, Gordon.
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
And, potentially, the most unstable.
Now, if you follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
I don't know how you can say that, although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely.
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly trained professional. We've assured the administrator that nothing will go wrong.
Ah, yes, you're right. Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Well, go ahead. Let's let him in now.
One of the other things that that I used to do, and I realize now, now that I've made, well, literally 1,000 videos, one of the things that I used to do is when I would die in a game, instead of just cutting out the redone section, I would speed it up and I would sound like a chipmunk or whatever, right? And people, like when I first started doing videos, everyone was like, this is cool, no one's done this before, it's really funny, and it's a really interesting way to, you know, to save us time and all this kind of stuff, instead of just showing all the multiple attempts and stuff. But over time and becoming a little bit more critical of my work and my videos, is I've noticed that the chipmunk things, you have to use them very subtly. You have to use them very sparingly. Some series I went like way overboard. Like I remember playing BioShock, the first one.
Testing. Everything seems to be in order.
Yep. And, okay.
Your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. If you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives.
Yeah. And this is bad news bears, what's about to happen here. But I remember in the first BioShock, there was all the little hacking puzzles. And every single hacking puzzle...
Are you not hearing me? Climb up and start the rotors, please.
No, I'm hearing you. I'm just trying to make a point here. Every single hacking puzzle, I would speed up into chipmunk mode. It took me a long time to edit because I had to find all those sections every time, and then it was just kind of overkill. And now people like watch my old videos and like, what's with all this fast forwarding, man? I was like, dude, that used to be the shit. And now it's just kind of like less. It's not as like, you know, it's not as great anymore. But
Climb up and start the rotors.
But that was one of the things that kind of set me apart, I think, from other like new people, was just being a little bit creative in that way. And I had a lot of fun with it, and I still have a lot of fun making videos. The odd time I'll slow things down or speed things up. One little editing thing that I do that you guys don't really know about that I'll tell you is that I often edit in like these little cinematic booms, they're called.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1.
Boom. So right there, I'll edit that in, and that would have been a boom there that you would have heard. That wasn't in the game, I added that. And I do that because I think the sound of a game is super, super important.
Emitters activating now.
And it's something that people overlook on YouTube way too much, I think.
Cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will take. Please work as quickly as you can.
And sometimes people have even said, like, you know, the volume of the game is too loud.
Emitters to 1 over 5%.
But
It's probably not a problem. Probably, but I'm showing a small discrepancy. Well, no, it's well within acceptable bounds again. Sustaining signals.
I think the sound design is just as important as the visuals.
It should be coming up to you any moment. Look to the delivery system for your specimen.
And so when I play a game, I try to deliver the whole experience as the game is. It's not about me being this YouTube person or personality. It's more about the game and more about me being a vehicle to experience these games with you guys.
Standard insertion for a non-standard specimen. Go ahead, Gordon.
And
Plug the carrier into the analysis pool.
sound design is a really big part of that, to me anyways.
Gordon, get away from the beast.
Shut it down. No. Attempted shut down. It's not. It's not shutting down. It's not.
I feel like the only way that I could properly end this episode for you guys is to do the thing that you probably hate the most and just leave you with a big, fat, giant